Hello and welcome to TEChBrits, where this week we have a mega episode for you. So in case you didn't get the hint at the start, we are of course talking about MegaUpload. Now, there's a whole lot of concerns around this, and this could be quite a controversial episode. But if you don't know what MegaUpload is, then it's the child of a entrepreneur, freedom fighter, some may call him, called Kim Dotcom.
Yes, his name is .com.
Yep, he actually changed his name to .com. That kind of says something about his personality, which, as everyone seems to describe him, is larger than life, much like him. But let's talk about why he is becoming such a freedom fighter. Like I said, he's almost become like the Che Guevara of the internet.
I was going to say, he's become a household name in terms of tech and, piracy and media. Just generally, he's become, everyone knows who Kim Dotcom is now.
Yeah, the government especially know who he is, because of this time last year he had his mansion raided. In fact, the press conference where he launched this new MegaUpload the other day, he reenacted the whole scene with all SWAT teams coming in and fireworks and flashbangs, and it was an amazing spectacle apparently to watch. But if you want to talk about the size of what a MegaUpload is, it's already become the biggest site in New Zealand.
Right.
Biggest.co.nz.
But is this MegaUpload or the new Mega?
MegaUpload, which is the new Mega. Some of his other services are launching later.
Right.
It's already had...
Okay. Right, sorry. I thought Mega was a completely new service.
No, Mega is like his company, but he's relaunched a kind of MegaUpload.
I see. Okay.
2.0. But it's already had 500,000 sign-ups. So, 500,000 already, and this only launched like a couple of days ago. Now, what makes the service so big and so popular is its regards to privacy. So every file you upload is uploaded with 2048-bit encryption.
That's insanity.
Using a private and public RSA key, and that is insane. So that's kind of why he's become almost a figure for internet privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he has some fantastic ideas, like you were saying, about other spin-off services. He has a idea for something called a MegaKey. Now, a MegaKey is a piece of software which is downloaded to your computer, and basically advertisers pay you directly for displaying their advertisements. So
where? From
online. So that's the cheeky thing, is that I think it's gonna be replacing some like Google results with with adverts from this MegaKey service.
Oh, so you install MegaKey, and then you basically advertisers pay you to see their adverts.
Yeah, so he's describing it as they pay you for your eyeballs. So yeah, instead of companies getting the money, you're getting the money for having to see it.
That's cool. Actually, that's very cool. I quite like that.
Yeah, now I think the idea is that he's going to move this to artists as well, because obviously he's launching like MegaVideo.
Yeah,
and I think because of notoriously artists get a very small percentage of like earnings, most of it goes to the labels. So I think what he's now going to be doing is almost taking out the labels and paying the artists directly. Yeah, as well as I bet that came out loud. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be doing the same with MegaVideo, so you can earn like money through this MegaKey, which you can then spend on MegaVideo or any other services that he launches.
We will be on MegaVideo when it launches.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, I don't know. We will be, will we?
No. But, now again, there's so much like legislation around this, and that's why he was shut down spectacularly by the government last year. Now, I believe what took him down was the DMCA Act, which is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Yes.
Which states that if there is a URL in breach of copyright, then you have to take it down within a reasonable amount of time. Which, of course, these services are hard to police.
Yeah. I mean, the DMCA, I understand why it's there, but they go a bit mad sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is actually a fair act, and I think he realised that himself. But there are so many other laws and legislation that is just completely unfair, and that's where we want to talk about some of them. I mean, we had a SOPA episode about the notorious SOPA Act not long ago, our blackout episode we called it,
Mm.
and of course just about everyone jumped onto this, and we had a few comments saying it took a couple of British guys to
explain it,
explain our American legislation. So we're going to give an attempt at just talking about...
I mean, America wasn't alone though with SOPA. I mean, we had, was it PIPA?
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, it's been all over the world. We've had all these acts. And, you know, I've expressed my thoughts on these sorts of acts before. So I'm not going to go on about them too much because you'll fall asleep again. But yeah, we'll go carry on talking. They're not nice.
No, the thing is they're very intrusive, and that's why figures like Kim Dotcom are sort of rising in popularity. So a big person lately has been Aaron Swartz. Now, this is where things get a bit more somber. Because basically, he was investigated for mass downloading publicly available materials, like stuff he legally had a right to, from his MIT university, using a hack on one of the servers. Well, it wasn't actually a hack, it was a JTOR.
Right, so he was pirating publicly available Unity materials.
He was just downloading it for his personal use, I believe, even though it's publicly available materials.
So why wasn't he... Wait, so... Yeah, but he was pirating them, so he wasn't paying for these publicly available materials.
Yeah, they're free anyway.
So why wasn't he just downloading them normally?
Well, it's because he could...
I don't want to sound really controversial, but why wasn't he just doing it normally?
Well, because there's so many of them that he wanted to mass download them.
Oh, okay.
So he
That's
went
fine.
into the closet and mass downloaded them.
That's fine.
Which, yeah, you'd think was perfectly fine. But for this, he ended up facing 35 years in prison, and from all the legal costs, he ended up with no money left. He was involved with WikiLeaks, which obviously leak all the government stuff, so he was already hated by the government.
Right.
So all these things obviously built up on him, and, well, sadly, he ended up committing suicide.
Right.
So, of course, that's all kicked off, like, pretty much a whole activism thing against privacy. But what they used against him was the CFAA Act. Now, this basically, because it's so lapsed in its wording, as was SOPA, it essentially means that if you use a computer to access any other computer, even for legitimate means, then you can be open to monitoring by the government. And
Wait, so remote desktops,
yeah,
publicly available by Microsoft on all computers around the world.
Yeah.
Well, like, whatever the percentage. So you've got remote desktop, the native client. You've got crossover, which is like a PC to Mac version that I use occasionally.
Things like log me in.
You got log me in. Really?
Yeah.
So they used a law that isn't... What?
It's ridiculous, but of course that means that pretty much you guys at home can all be monitored by this law, and this law means they can then monitor your phone, they can access your GPS information on your phone, track you all that way. It's a scary thing, and that's why so many people are rising up.
It's just... governments... What?
Yeah, and I mean that's why I fully support
I can't even speak about this. This is really... This has made me angry. Yeah. And I don't want to go on a massive rant about it, but this has made me angry. This is not a thing you can do. We Americans especially. I mean, what's the first... I want to say commandment, but that's the Bible. Amendment. First amendment is like the right to freedom of speech.
Although let's not get into the whole amendment thing with the whole arms and all that at the moment. But yeah, no, free speech and free living.
I don't.
Yeah, sorry, it's been a very, very deep episode. But basically, our question for you guys is Kim Dotcom a freedom fighter, or is he just a pirate?
I reckon he's like... I mean, pirates are one thing. Like, pirates are people who download materials illegally for, materials that are available to be paid for, but they download them for free for one reason or another. But I think Kim Dotcom is just trying to lead... He's kind of the face of... the reason people do all this.
Yeah, and I mean, undoubtedly, before MegaUpload was a service pretty much solely being used for pirating, but now he has some great ideas to actually put money away from big corporations and the government who want to spy on you.
The thing is, that's what's going to make them even angrier. I mean, if he can do it within the law, like, as to not get in trouble again.
That's what I mean. I mean, that's what he's saying. He's built this site pixel by pixel to be within legislation. And, well, like, I mean, some of these things taking away advertising and stuff, he says, like, won't affect Google, but over the long run, he could end up controlling everything.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
Like, that's on a completely different side of the scale. There's one thing, governments and companies, but, like, if this one guy is going, you know, we're violent, everyone's going, yes, let's follow him, and then all of a sudden he owns everything, we're kind of like, whoa, hang on a minute.
Yeah. But again, it can change up all the time, and as long as companies and governments carry on doing this to people, then I'd support any guy. I mean, if he has these fantastic ideas to put money into my pocket for me watching advertisements and money to artists for actually making music instead of
the thing
just
with the
labels.
advertising thing is the advertisers are paying you to watch them, so you can pay them for the products they've just advertised to you.
Yeah. Basically, it's a back and forth. But it takes out the middleman of sort of everything, really. I mean, he's... Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange thing.
It's odd.
But again, give us your thoughts, anything that you want to add to this conversation, and chuck in the comments.
Yep.
All our contact details are in the description.
Yes, all of them. Like, all of them.
Yeah.
Last week, if you went to last week, we had MySpace, Facebook, Heello, Twitter, email. We got a few.
Yeah, you can
We're
reach us
around.
in a few different places. So if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we shall see you guys next week.
Ciao.